Welcome back to The Grind for a video to take a look at Moleman's Sig ability and how you can unlock more than double the damage potential from Moleman, depending on your Sig level. Now, I'm running Moleman at Sig 100, and the Sig ability increases the damage that you deal while you have an unstoppable active, which we're going to take a look at later. On the special 2, you also have an increase in the damage potential, but both of these increases in your damage depends on how much health is missing. So right now, at nearly full health, we're not getting much additional damage based on our special 2, nor are we getting much increased damage based on having the unstoppable active. Now you're saying, well, how do you get an unstoppable to last very long? When you hold block and let him attack into you, it's a very short duration. Well, if you activate your special 2 during the unblockable, or unstoppable, it pauses it. Now let's take a look at the base numbers here. They're almost 4,000 on those hits, and then the last one is 15,000. And now this is kind of the base attack that he has. We're not maximizing our unstoppable duration. We're not trying to lose health. We're just losing some health from recoil, and we got him down in 90 hits. Now we're going to take a look at what happens when we try to utilize the unstoppable buff, but we're not going to intentionally lose health, because again, the attack increases significantly the lower your health is. And so now we're just building up our charges, and we're going to build up our power as well, and then we're going to try to throw our special 2 while the unstoppable buff is active. So that means you have to hold block, let the opponent attack into you, and throw the special 2. As you can see, the unstoppable is now paused. Now you're not going to see any increase in the damage dealt yet until we start to have lower health. But now we have the unstoppable on, we're a little bit lower health, and you're going to see over 16,000, which is more than we were able to get in the last hit of our other video where we weren't using the unstoppable. But you can see, since we're still at higher health, we're not getting much benefit from the unstoppable buff. But we were able to shave off a few hits. Maybe that was just luck, or maybe it had something to do with the unstoppable. Now we're going to intentionally let ourselves get hit at the start of the fight and get us down to about 50% health, because again, the attack modifier from the special 2 and from the unstoppable buff scales based on missing health. The lower you get and the higher your Sig is, the higher the attack modifier is. So now we're going to go into our damage, and we're going to throw this off with the unstoppable buff active, and the last hit is going to deal over 20,000. So that is much more significant. And again, this is only at Sig 100. So at max Sig, you're going to get another, I think, 75% benefit in the attack damage compared to Sig 100. Now, the further in we go, we're going to be losing 5% recoil damage for each special we throw, so the damage is going to get higher and higher because of that. And again, you're going to want to make sure you throw the special 2 before that unstoppable buff expires, because that's going to also be increasing your damage. That one, the last hit for over 22,000. Now, with running the recoil tree masteries with Moleman, he gets such a big benefit from it, but you don't want to hang out at super low health, because each time you do throw your special attack, you're going to lose health. However, in a majority of fights, all it really takes is a single special 2, so this could still be beneficial. So now we're at 18%. That first hit dealt over 17,000. We're almost hitting 6,000 crits with each of these smaller hits, and the final hit just shy of 23,000 damage, and the rest is just going to be a couple more hits and then let him bleed out pretty much. So the final hit count for that one was 49, which is almost half the amount of hits, which means we almost did double the amount of damage in that last fight, where we let ourselves fall below 50% before we started doing damage. So even at Sig 100, you can nearly double Moleman's damage by trying to optimize your use of your special 2 during the unstoppable buff, especially in shorter fights where all it takes is one special 2 to finish it off. That can be pretty critical, especially in things like war, especially if you have higher Sig. But you have to remember, this also requires you to be at very low health to maximize the damage bonus. So I do hope that this video was interesting and maybe helped you understand his Sig ability a little bit better. Let me know what your thoughts are, and I hope to see you in the next video.